Well, it was an emotional day in Fruitland as police dug through a backyard searching for the remains of missing Fruitland boy Michael Vaughan. And tonight, so many questions still remain.
Hey everyone, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Alright, so some of y'all caught my spur of the moment live last night concerning little Michael Monkey Vaughan, and we're still really nowhere. They're still searching this backyard, so I wanted to go over the updates that we do have from KTVB 7, the local affiliate over there in Fruitland, and then we'll kind of take a look at the map and in relativity where the family lives and this supposed house that they are digging up, where that actually is. So let's look into all this stuff and see what we got going on. Again, this is from KTVB 7. They have been some website news source that I have been on top of since I heard about this huge development in his case yesterday. And as of today, you see that they're still digging up the backyard on Sunday. I heard they took a bit of a break, but they are back out there. And I'm in Eastern time and they're Mountain time, so it's almost 5 o'clock here. So it's really only about 3 o'clock there, so they still have some time for searching. So it looks like there's a photo. There's the fence here in the front of the backyard, and we've seen photos that they've actually taken a piece of that fence apart to get to that backyard. But this looks like the neighbor's fence, this white fence, and of course there's the tractor digging up the yard. Fruitland, Idaho. The search is continuing Sunday in the backyard of a house in Fruitland for possible remains of now 6-year-old Michael Vaughan, who went missing from his neighborhood in July of 2021. Crews have dug up most of the backyard and placed top layers of dirt in dumpsters. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff said that their intent is to dig 3 or 4 feet deep and that they will not stop until the entire backyard is excavated. So they're not giving up. They're going to continue to search, and I guess they're just digging really far due to, I guess they're assuming if he's in there, he's way down there, and I have no idea how that could even be possible, but I never thought he would be potentially found in his neighborhood either at this point. And I've been following Little Monkey's case for almost a year, and it's just, like I said last night, this is not the closure that I want, and I've been praying a lot for his mom and dad, Brandy and Tyler, and the rest of the family right now. A backhoe is being used to dig up the top soil, and Huff believes it will in no way contaminate evidence if there is any. Huff said that there are multiple layers of dirt to scrape away, and the search will continue tomorrow if needed. During the course of the investigation, we received information that the remains of Michael Vaughan might be found behind the house. As a result, we obtained a search warrant. We have not found anything yet, but we will continue to excavate in hopes of finding his remains. I honestly hope that they don't find his remains, as I previously said on the live, but we really need some closure for this family, and I'm still praying and hoping that he was just taken and he's alive somewhere. And I don't want to say well, because if he was taken, he may not be well, but we're praying that he's still okay. Chief Huff told KTVB at the scene on Saturday, he said the couple that lives in the home do not own it, and to his knowledge have no connection to the Vaughan family. So there's no connection as of right now that Chief Huff and his team can see that there's any connection to Brandy or Tyler, any of his family. 2 canine dogs were also brought in. Huff said he had no updates on the dogs at this time. The house on Red Wing Street is around 4 minutes from Michael Vaughan's home. The neighborhood is diagonal from his home across a farm field, and we'll look at that as well. The residents that live next door are being cooperative, Huff said. The lead came from a, quote, very credible tip, unquote, Huff said, and police obtained a search warrant and began working late Friday night. Crews in the search involve Idaho State Police, Fruitland Police, Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Fruitland Public Works, and the Fruitland Fire Department. At a press conference this past summer, Huff previously said a lead had placed investigators back in the Fruitland area to look for Michael Vaughan. Michael, whose nickname is Monkey, was last seen at around 6:30 p.m. on July 27, 2021, in the area of Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland. At the time, he was 5 years old and described as 3 feet 7 inches tall, weighing about 50 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Michael's 6th birthday was on June 24th of 2022. In a previous news conference on July 22nd, Fruitland Police confirmed preliminary evidence that suggests Michael's disappearance is criminal, possibly an abduction. Already, the department has looked into nearly 1,000 leads and tips that have come in from the public. A family spokesperson said the family thanks the community for their support and requests privacy at this time. Huff told KTVB there will be more updates throughout the day, the next one at 1 p.m. This is a developing story, so they will continue to update as the story develops. So I would, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to keep following it. And like they said, they thought it was an abduction, and we're still hoping and praying that it was an abduction and he's still alive somewhere. But we have to come to the, realization that he could be in this backyard, unfortunately. So, again, we're all praying that that's not the case, but to be realistic, they've got a credible tip. And J.D. Huff, Chief Huff and his team have been extremely dedicated to Michael's case, and I know that they're amazingly supportive with Brandy and Tyler, and like they previously said this past summer, they were no longer looking into the family. And the really sad thing is, a lot of folks, no matter what the police had said, have continued to attack this poor family since they told them they're not going to say that he's clear. Let's put it that way. They're not going to say that anybody's cleared, because nobody is actually cleared in an open investigation until the investigation is complete. However, they're no longer persons of interest, and and their focus is elsewhere right now, the investigators. And if anybody noticed, after that press conference, the chief hugged Brandy and Tyler. So what police officer or chief is going to hug a potential suspect? I don't know of one. Do you? If you do, let me know, because I don't think that they're going to hug the parents if they think they have anything to do with it. And yes, you guys all know that I'm a huge supporter of this family, and I have been since the beginning, and I trust the family, and to me, trust the family. Yeah, we sadly have a lot of cases out there, and right now we got the Quinton Simon case, and that's not the same as Michael's case at all. So I mean, that, there's sadly cases like Quinton and Summer Wells, and you can't put them all into one basket. They're all different. Each and every one of them's different. And we also have Lucian. He's a whole different case as well. So we can't put all these little kids into one basket and say that their mom or dad had something to do with it. Yes, Tyler went upstairs to change the baby's diaper, his little sister's diaper, and order pizza, and he left him alone for just a couple minutes. And sadly, that couple minutes was critical because Michael decided to head out and go walk around the neighborhood looking for someone to play with. And, that's something that's going to haunt, Tyler for a very, very long time, no matter how this case turns out. So to me, I pray for both of them, both Tyler and Brandy, every single day, and the rest of that family. Because I know his little sister, especially little Buggy, she asks for her brother all the time.
On Saturday afternoon, law enforcement and search crews dug up the backyard of a home nestled in this Fruitland subdivision, only 4 minutes away from where Michael Vaughan lived and was last seen. Police got a search warrant to scour this house on Red Wing Street in Fruitland Friday night and all day Saturday. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff said they received a credible tip, one of more than 1,200 tips they've fielded about Michael's case since he went missing on July 27, 2021. At a press conference this summer, Huff told reporters a legitimate tip brought their investigation back to the area of Fruitland. Fruitland PD, Idaho State Police, and Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue used heavy machinery, including a backhoe, to dig. They cut down a tree and part of the fence. Canines were also out, helping search for any remains. Huff says a couple lives at the house but doesn't own it. He isn't aware of any connection they have to the Vaughan family.
No matter what's happened, it's been tragic for the family, and that's tough.
A neighbor told us he's never seen a search like this in the area. Mike Parker says crews knocked on his door and other neighbors in the past.
Almost immediately I had a knock on the door that night, wanted us, check our backyard, check the garage, check, to see if there's any way there was around. We've had a police in the house a couple of different times over the last year or so. They showed me a picture of a kid's little scooter thing. Looked like it was sun-drenched if I'd seen it. And
police say they'll keep searching until they hit every inch of the yard.
So here we're looking at, there's a couple maps, some different information I've been grabbing off of Twitter. So here is a map here of Michael's home. That's where his family lives, right here, home. And this would be the neighbors. This is the backyard that they are searching right now. And they're still searching it as we speak this evening. So you have Michael's home right here. And then you have Whitetail Avenue. And so it's about a 3-minute drive. So let me pull up the map here. Okay, so then you have, so this would be the full map. Let me get it smaller here. All right, so you're talking from Michael's home right here. This would be his home, this pin, and you would go, that's the fastest way to get to their home, which would be right down here. So you're talking a 3-minute drive from the Vaughan home to this backyard that they're currently searching. 3 minutes or 4 minutes depending upon the way, but that's the fastest way to get from here to this backyard that they are searching. So it's 511 North Whitetail Avenue from Brandy and Tyler's home. So that's a distance for a 5-year-old. I don't believe at all that monkey would have walked there. So someone, if he ended up at this home, someone picked him up. There's just no way that a 5-year-old walked from his home all the way down here. He was walking on his street, but he would not have walked all the way there. I could foresee him walking around here, but there's no way he would have walked that far. I just can't imagine it at all. No. Of interest here, and this was, again, a lot of this really great information, and I want to thank everyone. That's why I wanted to include their information here when I'm sharing their stuff here, because they've pulled up all these maps, so I don't even have to go looking for anything. This one here was Jiffy, and I don't know if I follow Jiffy yet, but I will be following you now. So this couple that lives there has a history, and I'm going to pull up some of that as well. But they had a business, apparently. Let me zoom in on this here. They had a business that apparently closed. It says their business, Sarah and Stacy Wondra, that is the couple. Sarah would be the wife, and that Stacy is the husband. Had a business registered in Oregon with their home address in Fruitland listed as a mailing address. They closed their business 5 months after Michael went missing. So this would be their business here. It's Wondra's Lube Limited Liability Company. Whatever that is. So let's see if I can zoom in on it here. It's hard to read. Okay, so their company, like I said, was Wondra's Lube Limited Liability Company. So I guess it's some kind of LLC. It's now inactive. Incorporation October 30th of 2020. So they look like they created their business, or at least registered it, on October of 2020. And it looks like both the husband and wife are presidents and secretaries and agents, whatever. And then they dissolved the business on the 30th of December 2021. So that is suspicious, totally, in my opinion. That is definitely suspicious. Because why would you be open from what you have, the 30th of October, so you really have November. So let's see, we're talking October 30th, so you have November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So they were just open just over a year. That's a little suspicious. Obviously, we don't know, but that's pretty sus. It's definitely sus. But let's see. Let's take a look at some other information here on their records. Okay, so Stacy James Mendoza is apparently the husband. He's currently in jail, and he's a wanted fugitive from Oregon. And this was published by Tricky Mackey on Twitter, stating he's charged with a felony. And then there's the case number. So, I guess his end sentence was May 3rd. So maybe he's not in prison right now. I know the wife, someone said the wife was taken into custody. Give me a second here. So that's the husband. Here is, they have an outside security camera. Isn't that interesting? Wonder if that security camera caught monkey on it. So there is the wife, and there's, so that's Sarah, and that's Stacy. This is the couple's home. And like I said, they don't own this home. They are renting it. Okay, here we go. So this is Stacy James Wandra. As of November 11th, he's currently in custody in Washington County Jail. He was booked on May 18th of 2022. So there is the actual current information there pulled up. And so they were able to search that record, and there he is. So right now he's in custody. Now the wife, Sarah Ann Wandra, this was posted by Legacy, another great, if you're on Twitter, definitely follow Legacy. Legacy has been on this one, like right off the bat. She is in custody as of November 12th, and she's in the Payette County Detention Center. So neither one of these individuals is currently at home. So they're not at their residence, which is interesting. And here's some sick stuff. Yeah. So there's some RSO. Hang on a minute. The RSO has nothing to do with this. Yeah, there was some other stuff going on that they're in custody. Well, there were some counts, I guess. Sarah's got some counts of unlawful possession of a firearm. And so they're definitely not, they're not quality folks. I would put it that way. And she also shared and talked about Michael's disappearance on her Facebook a few days after he disappeared, saying that this little boy disappeared in her neighborhood. So this is where she was posting on her Facebook. And actually, no, Stacy rather posted it. Excuse me. So the husband was posting that his wife was in the emergency department, and also posted about Michael disappearing. So that's interesting. So if Sarah was in the hospital and this couple took Monkey, Stacy seems to be the POI, in my opinion, on that one. So, like, again, these are the people that live in the house. They don't own the home, from what we gather. They are Stacy James Wandra and Sarah Ann Wandra. Stacy is the husband and Sarah is the wife. So there's that. Okay, so at this point, keep your prayers going, guys. Let's keep our prayers going. As of this time that I'm recording this, they are still searching this home, this backyard, as Chief Huff said in the article. And now we have an idea where Monkey's home is in comparison to this home of interest right now, and that this couple is no stranger to the law enforcement system. And they're both in jail on other charges. So I really hope that this is not another charge that's going to come their way, and I hope they really have nothing to do with Michael's disappearance. But again, we need closure for this family more than anything in the world, and I really hate for that to be the closure that they get. But so we're going to keep our prayers going, and our good vibes and virtual hugs sent away to Brandy and Tyler and the rest of the family right now. I'm sending my love their way. And if you guys could put in the comments, those that have been following this case, put prayer hearts, prayer hands rather, and hearts and little monkeys in the. If nothing else, let's just fill social media up with love for little monkey right now. I know that Brandy and this family would really, really, really appreciate all the love we can send to them, while they are getting through this difficult time, regardless of what happens. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I really appreciate you checking out the channel, and I'll keep you apprised of what's going on in this case, of course. And with that said and done, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and stay safe.